everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Learning Ladder. I hope you all are doing well. So, in today's video, we'll be studying about Justice B.R. Gavai, who is the 52nd Chief Justice of India. We'll be talking about who exactly is Justice B.R. Gavai, we'll be talking about his background, why is this appointment historic, we'll be also talking about some important judgments made by Justice Gavai, and lastly, we'll be talking about notable Chief Justice and their contributions. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, now let's talk about who is Justice B.R. Gavai. So, Justice Bhushan Ramakrishnan Gavai became the 52nd Chief Justice of India on May 14, 2025. He was appointed by the President Draupadi Murmu. Now, you must be aware that a Chief Justice is appointed by the President of India, right? And he will serve as the Chief Justice of India till November 23, 2025, a very short tenure of around 6 months. So, you must be aware that Justice Gavai has a very short tenure. He was appointed on May 14th, 2025. He became the Chief Justice on this date, and he'll be serving as a Chief Justice till November 23, 2025, which is a 6 month tenure, a little short one as well, right? Talking about his background, like where did he study law, where was he a judge before, where did he practice as a lawyer, right? Let's talk about that. So he studied law at Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar College of Law in Maharashtra. He became a Bombay High Court judge, right, in 2003, and he became permanent. Like, he was appointed in 2003, but he became permanent in 2005. He joined the Supreme Court. So in 2003, he joined the Bombay High Court, and after that, he joined the Supreme Court. And there he was nominated by the then CGI Ranjan Gogoi in May 2019. Now you must be wondering that how does a Supreme Court judge or a High Court judge is appointed. So my next video is going to be just about that, so you can check that out. Now you must be wondering that why are we actually studying about Justice B.R. Gavai, and why is this appointment historic? So the appointment is historic because he's the first Buddhist to become CGI. So it's a really important point to know that Justice B.R. Gavai is the first Buddhist to become the Chief Justice of India. Also, he is the second Dalit CGI after the Justice K.G. Balakrishnan. So, K.G. Balakrishnan was the first Dalit CGI, and after him is Justice B.R. Gavai. So, K.G. Balakrishnan had his tenure from 2007 to 2010. Now, all you have to tell me in the comments is who is the longest serving CGI, right? Okay. Now, his appointment also shows increasing diversity in top judicial roles, which is actually seen here. Like, we are taking people from diverse groups, right, into the judiciary. Okay, let's talk about some miscellaneous facts as well. Let's talk about the first CGI of India, who actually was the first CGI of India, Justice H.G. Kania, who was in the CGI in 1950. Then the first women's Supreme Court judge was Justice M. Fatima, who was appointed in 1989. First women High Court Chief Justice was Justice Leela Seth. The first Dalit Supreme Court judge. The first Dalit Supreme Court judge was Justice A. Vardharajan, and the first Muslim CGI was Justice M. Hidayatullah. And very important thing to note is that the CGI's court is known as the court number 1 in the Supreme Court, right? So wherever the CGI is there, that court is known as the court number 1 of the Supreme Court. Now let's talk about notable Chief Justices and their contributions to the judiciary and the whole judicial system. First, let's talk about P.N. Bhagwati, who introduced the PIL system, which is public interest litigation system. Anyone can seek justice, right? Anyone can seek justice. So this was a very remarkable thing that was introduced in judicial system. Then let's talk about J.S. Verma, who laid down the Vishakha guidelines against the workplace harassment. So this was also a very remarkable thing that was there. Then let's talk about K.J. Balakrishnan. We have already studied about him, right? He was the first Dalit CGI which worked on human rights. Then let's talk about D.Y. Chandrachud, who was known for tech reforms and right-based judgments, and Y.V. Chandrachud, who is the longest serving CGI. Yes, he served from the year 1978. He served from the year 1978 to 1985, which is proved him to be the longest serving CGI, right? Now let's talk about some important judgments made by Justice Gavai. So first let's talk about the case name, which was the electoral bonds, which was the 2024 case in which he struck down anonymous political donations for lack of transparency. His role was that he supported the majority judgment made by the judges. Then you all must be knowing the Article 370 case in which he supported the removal of Jammu Kashmir's special status, right? You all must be knowing that Jammu Kashmir had a special status before 2019, so he was involved in that case as well. He upheld parliament's powers. Then was demonetization case which ruled that 2016 note ban was valid. So there also he wrote majority opinion. Then bulldozer demolition case, he said that demolishing homes of the accused is illegal, so he co-authored the key guidelines. Then he was in SC/ST subclassification case, which allowed breaking down the SC/ST categories for a better representation, right? That SCs should be different and STs with a scheduled caste should be different. They should be given a different reservation, and scheduled tribes should be given a different percentage of representation, right? And yeah, and that was it for today's video. I hope you guys learned a lot about our new Chief Justice of India. And if you have any questions, you can write them down in the comments and I'll try my best to answer each one of them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.